Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Suketu.
Welcome. Welcome to my home.
Welcome to our home.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yes. We're doing a podcast. This is a little different. It's not the day of that we normally do.
This is the day that we would post a podcast.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Why haven't we posted, Hallie?
Well, we have been probably the most busy I think we've ever been. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
It's summertime. It's beautiful. It's wedding season. It's work season. Suketu pushed the mic up closer to my face. Yeah, we've been so incredibly busy. One with weddings. That's our weekend gig, which we've said before many times. We've got our full time during the week. And then recently we've been traveling a ton. Like, we don't normally travel that much. I mean, we have a few trips and you travel for work, but we've been doing way too much. Oh my gosh.
I'm home maybe 2 days a week, everybody. But before we go into anything, this is a episode called Half Past Cha. I don't know if you already said that.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I figured the people here are locals, but for the newbies, which we hope there are lots of you, this is Half Past Cha. This is a podcast, a husband and wife podcast. We are obviously an interracial couple. And we talk about all kinds of things, particularly pertaining. Say that 5 times fast.
Particularly pertaining. Okay.
This is particularly pertaining to our relationship, things that we've been through, our opinions on just really kind of anything, but we make it specifically about being an interracial couple. So, going back to what we were just talking about a little bit, we've been very busy. I spilled my water. Sorry.
This isn't going too great.
It's water. No.
We haven't done this in a while. I think we need to get back into it.
So we skipped an episode last time because where were we then? We were in Hilton Head. So we can say it now. Suketu almost messed up last time we recorded.
Yeah.
We went to Hilton Head. Why?
To shoot a proposal.
Yeah. And he almost said it. He stopped himself and then he had to cut it out. But yeah, it was because one of our friends was getting engaged. He was proposing to his girlfriend, now fiance. We were trying to keep it secret. We flew to Hilton Head. I mean, we were there for maybe 24 hours.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah, it was so much fun. But it was a very short trip. But right before that, we had Florida.
Yes.
Which we were gone for 5 days.
Yes.
Then we had a week break. But then after that week, we had a wedding, which I made a TikTok about. You made a TikTok about. Let's talk about the wedding real quick. We met quite a few people that listened to our podcast and watch your TikToks.
Yeah.
And it was so fun.
There was total 5 different people who came up to us saying they love the podcast.
Which was
they love
so
the TikTok.
cool. Yeah.
It was just really crazy. I mean, somebody, his name was RP. He was from Atlanta. And I was like, what? That's crazy.
We got people from all over, baby.
Yeah,
so
it's awesome.
What was really cool is people who follow my TikTok, my last video that I made was about which dress to wear to this wedding. And I had a few girls or women come up to me and be like, oh, I was hoping you'd pick number 2. I was like,
it was cool. It was cool to see that.
It was super cool. Oh my gosh, it was really fun. And just to talk to them. And there were some people that were like, oh my gosh, you should do this for the podcast. We love this about it.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. Love that you do. It was just really cool.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, we did all this while having really good appetizers and mingling.
My gosh.
It was really fun.
Food was so good. We've been eating a lot of food recently.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell.
No.
I hope you can't tell.
So I wanted to bring that up because we had Florida break, but then wedding, and then the next morning we flew. Well, we were supposed to fly out at 6 a.m., but our flight got canceled. And then
Never fly United, ever. Ever.
Sorry, United, but seriously, you couldn't have let us know our flight was canceled before we got to the airport?
Yeah, I was so mad.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got there. We woke up at 3.
We had 3 hours of sleep.
Because we partied. We were at the wedding. I wasn't going to leave. We had to party, and we had to have a good time for our friends. And then we got up at 3 a.m. the next day. So we got 3 hours of sleep. We flew to the airport. We drove to the airport. We went to our gate.
And it said canceled.
Yeah, we looked at it and we're like, what? It's canceled. What? How
For
is
no
it
reason.
canceled?
for no reason.
This was also the time when there was just a lot of bad weather happening, like all kinds of places. And so a lot of flights were getting canceled. I think it may be more dependent on the airline because like we usually fly Delta and they don't usually have cancellations, or if they do, it's like really severe and they really don't want to fly. But we got there and it was canceled, so that was an interesting day. But we got to Hilton Head late that night, did the proposal very early the next day, stayed the whole day, and then came home late that night to be able to have July 4th here, which is my favorite holiday, our favorite holiday besides Christmas to spend together.
It's a fun one.
It's amazing. So obviously partied on 4th of July, saw friends and family. It was amazing. Then we had 1 day break, which was July 5th.
Yes.
And then the next day, we left very early in the morning to drive to Canada.
Which was awesome. I love road trips.
Yeah.
Better than flying, everybody. I hate planes.
Yeah.
Even though I'm about to get on one tomorrow.
Yeah, you're traveling again. Oh, and then Suketu's traveling again. We got back yesterday from Canada, and then now Suketu, today's Monday, Suketu's leaving Tuesday. At least it's just a quick trip. And then the next week, you got another trip, and then we got a wedding the next week.
Yeah, so I am going to be gone for a few days, and so you guys need to do a big favor for me and promote this podcast because I'm not going to have the time to post it. So if you guys could, that'd be awesome.
I'll have some clips that I'll post, I think, we can get out there.
I want it to start picking up its pace a little bit. We are doing really well, but we are starting to become stagnant. So now we got to figure out ways. Now we're trying to figure out ways to grab a larger audience. So if you guys have anybody interested in finding a new podcast, make sure you recommend us.
Yeah, recommend us. We're
give us
only
5
going to get
stars.
better. Realistically, we're only going to get better every time we do this, and we're going to have fun topics to talk about, good ones. We're going to have guests on. We're going to do lots of things.
Yeah, and eventually you guys will be able to say that we started to watch Half Past Cha before it got picked up by the big brand. You know what I mean?
What's the big brand?
I don't know. Barstool.
Would you do that?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, money's money, everybody.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it's not about the money. I just want people to
That's true.
join our community and listen and have a good time.
That's something never mind.
Yeah, I'm not in it for the money. It's okay too.
You're right. We're not making any monetization on this. We have never turned on monetization on podcasts.
I don't even how do you do that? I don't
You
even
just
know.
you can put ads in like the middle of your
Oh, but that's so annoying.
It is annoying.
I hate when people do that. I would be so mad. I'd be not happy if I was watching a podcast that I loved and then boom, ad.
Yeah. That would suck.
Yeah, that's annoying. So I don't know. We just do this for fun. We love it. It's almost kind of like little couples therapy for us sometimes.
Eventually it'll be monetized, but
Yeah.
it won't be monetized in the way of ads. Hopefully not.
Yeah. So anyways, basically, I want to tie that all together because this episode is going to be a little bit about the vacations that you take with your family, because I wanted to talk a little bit about, so like, we had our family vacation with my family, right? But then we had a different kind of vacation with Suketu's family. And I want to talk a little bit about that because we were with your family in Canada. Mm-hmm. Everyone is from India, so it was a little bit different than my family going on vacation and us going to visit family.
Yeah.
Number one, the biggest difference is that when we were in Florida, we stayed in a condo.
Yes.
When we were in Canada, we stayed with your family.
Yeah. There's no, if an Indian, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I feel like this is pretty common. As like a person who traveled with his family from a young age, what we do for vacation is go to a family member's house. And then we do fun things there while we're staying at their house. It's not like, oh, let's go to Florida so we can go to get a hotel room and then do fun things. I've never had that kind of vacation with my family. It's always, oh, let's go to somebody's house and then let's hang out with them.
You've never had that before?
No.
Never.
Never just gone somewhere with my family for vacation. Like that didn't involve going to stay at some other family member.
Really?
No, I've never done that.
I didn't realize that.
No.
Huh.
I think my family has done that like separately. Like I know my sisters have gone to like Gatlinburg and Gatlinburg.
No,
Sorry,
it's just one.
all right, whatever. They went to like go stay in like a lodge, and then they did fun
Like a
things
cabin?
there. A cabin. But anyways, that's happened before. But I've never.
I can tell you've never been to
personally-
Gatlinburg.
All right, okay. You don't have to make fun of me, but I've never done that.
So, like, you solely go on vacation to see family members.
And then we do fun things while we're there.
Like, okay, well, so I can speak a little bit to the fun things that we did. But, like, what are some of the fun things? I mean, okay, let me backtrack. Where you primarily visit your family in Canada, is that right? Is it because that's where, like, the most family is?
Where we've gone, so we've gone to Canada, we've gone to Pennsylvania, we've done
that's
Ohio trips, we've done Chicago trips, and here and around there, but there's always some kind of family that we're seeing.
How long do those trips usually last?
Not long, 4 days, maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes it used to, like, back when we had summer break as children, we used to
I
go
miss
for like
those
2
days.
weeks
Oh, 2
because
weeks,
we would
wow.
have like, spring break or winter break or summer break. So we'd go like for 2 weeks during those times.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm thinking, like, going to India, obviously, I mean, it's not really technically vacation. It is. But like, it is, but it isn't. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
it
Because
is.
you're going to stay in your own house.
It's
I don't
vacation.
know. It is.
To my parents, it's probably not as much vacation because they're doing work while they're there.
Well, yeah, they're constantly doing things.
Yeah. But that's how I see it.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, Hallie is completely different.
Well, yeah, because to me, vacation is like we go.
To a condo
Yeah, well,
or a
I mean,
hotel room.
you can go anywhere vacation, right? So, like, I'm just going to use Florida as an example because that's where we just recently went. We went to Florida on the beach, right? It was you, me, my parents, my brother, his wife. We went there. We stayed in a condo. We don't have any family that lives there. We go there. We eat out every night because we don't have food, right? Or, I mean, we do, but, like, for dinner, people just want to go out and eat out, whatever. And we relax on the beach all day. We don't really do a whole lot. I mean, we have fun things that we plan, like in the evening, right?
Yeah.
We always have stuff to do, but like I said, the main difference here is that we don't see family. So my definition of vacation is so much different than yours. Because growing up, my whole definition of vacation was go on the beach, do nothing. Like you're at the ocean.
And
that's so different. It is. It's wonderful, but it's so different than yours.
Yeah, it is different.
Because meeting you and learning, one, you have family all over, which is super cool because I have a really small family. Number two is just that you have only, I realize now, only gone on vacation to see other people. So it's not like, because you're not just sitting doing nothing. Like you're either visiting with someone or you're going out with those people and doing activities or like whatever it may be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not just relaxing. Like, is that relaxing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never gone somewhere to do nothing. Just if that makes sense.
Besides Florida.
Besides Florida.
But like before me, no.
Yeah, so like what, like for example, if we go, like we just came from Michigan to see family, we saw my aunt and some uncles, and we like got to see them and didn't do like anything outside of that because we were just going to visit. But then, for example, we went to Pennsylvania once and we were just going to visit, but then we went to like an amusement park. We got to see like New York City for a little bit. We went to go on like a ferry, and like we did different activities while we were there. But we never just do nothing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I mean, do you think that's a very cultural difference that like that's just how it is, or you think maybe it's your family, or like what do you think about that?
That's a great question. If your family does the same thing my family does, I'd love to know. Comments in the please comment about it, because I feel like now it's a different shift. I feel like this is what a lot of people used to do, whereas now Even like with my family and like my sisters, they go to like Cancun, they go to like all these different places like with their kids, and so their kids are getting a different experience than what I did, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it is different. So I think it was not so much a family thing, but a time period thing, like between like 2000 and 2010. I feel like that was just more common to do than going on vacation to like renting a hotel or reserving a hotel room and going places from there. But it might just be my family. Maybe I'm just weird.
I don't know. I am not gonna lie. I very much enjoy like it being in Canada because really it's any family vacation, but this way, like there's always something going on. Because there's always family to see. There's always people we're meeting. There's always doing whatever. Yeah. And for me, I hate sitting and doing nothing. It's different. Gosh, I don't know. I have a lot of different feelings about both because I love the vacationing that I do with my family. And I like the vacationing that I do with your family. Like it's honestly a win-win on both sides.
If you think about it, while we were in Canada, we didn't have
to do anything.
We didn't have like a break of doing nothing.
Right, and we didn't have to think about anything on our own to do, which is what you talked about last episode about being on vacation with my family.
Yes,
because people plan stuff, and we don't have to think about anything. Whereas if you and I were to go on a trip, we have to plan everything.
Yeah, and so like we went. What do we do in Canada?
Oh well, the coolest thing is we went to Toronto. Mm-hmm. I'd never been there before.
It's a big city, everybody.
It's so nice, and I guess I didn't. Talking to your uncle, like, you know, they've been to Toronto quite a few times, but that lives there. I said, oh my gosh, the city is so clean. It's so nice. And he said, yeah, because it's like really the only big city that we have here. That's where everybody goes. So they want to take care of it so that it's nice.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
I could see that. There's a lot of big cities in Canada, but Toronto's definitely the biggest and it's the most populated. I'm pretty positive.
It was so fun. They had so many good food spots, like relaxed coffee. Lots of cool things.
If I had to describe Toronto, it's like New York City, but clean.
Yeah.
It's so weird how big the city is and how clean it is. I don't know. Maybe I just saw the clean parts. Tell me if I'm wrong or not, but like I felt like it was a lot.
We walked a lot.
I thought it was pretty dang clean for a city.
Yeah.
Like we've been to LA.
Oh.
We've been
Vegas.
I've seen New York. And I've also seen Vegas and those places, Chicago, those places are a mess. And they're disgusting. They smell bad.
Especially Vegas.
They smell so bad. I can't explain to you how bad they smell. But like
Toronto was nice.
It was just nice. Maybe it's not it's obviously not as big. It's only got like 2 million population or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a nice place.
So we did that. Mm-hmm. I mean, and there was also the CN Tower, which we saw from the outside. We didn't go up because there was a baseball game. There was a Beyonce concert that night. Like it was wild. The
line was to go into the CN Tower was so long. People were going to be able to stand in that line until probably midnight.
And it was raining.
I
just didn't want to be outside that much. I mean, it was sprinkling. It was fine, but we did that. So that was all of Toronto. The next thing that comes to my mind is the amazing food that we had.
Oh my God.
The food was so good. Okay, and so real quick to let me talk about food. Every day, pretty much every day except for one of them, we had Indian food. We had cha for breakfast with like biscuits and crackers and everything. Fantastic.
I want some cha right now. It is 1/2 cha, everybody. So if you don't have your cha, you should get your cha.
However, it's dinner time and we're about to eat dinner, so we do not have that right now.
Hopefully you guys are watching this in the morning and drinking cha.
Yes. So we had, tea every morning for breakfast. For the most part, we had Indian food for lunch every day. We had so much paneer. It was nuts. We had so much paneer.
That was really good.
Paneer and rice and
rolled ice cream.
Oh, that's for dessert. Oh, yeah. But then for dinner, we had a lot of Indian food as well. We'd have chicken stuff. We'd have more paneer. We would have palak paneer and like just regular paneer tikka and naan, of course. We had butter chicken.
We actually didn't have butter chicken.
It was chicken tikka masala.
It was chicken tikka masala, which is different.
So that was before, but the last night we were there,
Oh my God.
We had the best. I'm getting derailed right now, but this food was so amazing. We had the best
good.
food. It was like right outside of Toronto, I think.
It was in Mississauga.
Oh,
I don't even know what it's called, but my
Suncope.
Sunko.
Yeah, shout out.
Okay.
If you're in the area, please go.
Holy moly, guys.
There were
We
like
had-
13 of us. 14.
We had so many appetizers, I couldn't even eat the food.
It was so good. We seriously could have like a whole episode deep dive on what we ate. But I think my favorite part of the trip, which I said this about India as well, is just that we have home cooked Indian food every
Yeah.
day. Because I don't know
was
how to
so
do that.
good.
I know how to do some like very little,
Yes.
and that's giving myself a lot of credit.
I know we shouldn't talk about food, but we got to talk about what we ate on that day.
Oh, you're going
Okay,
back.
so we ate pani puri, dahi puri. We had this Asian, what's it called?
Indo-Chinese sizzler.
Indo's Chinese sizzler. So it had noodles.
noodles, and
it had Manchurian. It had paneer. Oh,
we got chili
my
paneer.
God. Yeah,
We got two of
chili
those
paneer.
sizzlers.
We had dabeli. We
We had masala fries.
masala fries.
That's 6.
What else? We had this other kind of sandwich. We also had
Vi.
I don't want
Something
I don't
like
want to say
that.
it wrong. I know how to say it, but I completely
We
forgot
had
what it's
mango
called.
lassi to
Mango
start off as
lassi.
well.
And then we had dessert as well.
Well, we got dosa for the main.
Dosa is the main. Paneer dosa is what
I got a
got.
spicy paneer dosa.
And then we also had dessert, which was I had a half of a brownie, sizzling brownie, so ice cream on top, and then Hallie
did I
had
get?
gulab jambu ice cream with ice cream. It was so good, guys.
The gulab was hot.
You don't understand how. Why didn't we ever try this before? Maybe you guys
so
did.
good. I
but
don't know.
Gulab jambu with ice cream? Are you kidding me? It was the perfect combination.
Well, that's what the description said on the menu too. It said it's the perfect combination of hot and cold and blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, sold.
Oh
it's
my
mine. I'm having it.
God.
One, please.
Can we make that here?
Yeah.
It's so easy. We should be able to do it.
Yeah, I guess. I
I
gotta
don't
figure out how to make that first. I'm still getting there with like sweets, and I'm learning. I'm trying to look things up and ask around and figure out how to make things. But
Yeah.
me growing up cooking here is so different than like Indian ingredients that are commonly used. I literally have no idea what some of them are, and it's very confusing. So that was the food. But I think, the most about the trip, obviously getting to see family and then having delicious home cooked food
It was
every
fun.
day.
It was
Every
very
day.
fun.
It was so good. I mean, yeah. So like I said, some of the biggest differences were all of that, plus, obviously on Florida trips or like my vacations, I don't see family. We saw so much of your family, which is wonderful because you've got 2 uncles, an aunt, and their families that live up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what we see. We see them, we stay with them, we eat with them. It's all a great time. I love it. It's so fun. We haven't gone there since 2019 because
it's been
of COVID.
4 years.
So COVID made it so like Canada's super strict on COVID. So like we couldn't go in pretty much until this year. Mm-hmm. Like even last year they were strict, which is crazy.
Yeah. It was like the whole, because I remember they came for our wedding almost 2 years ago, which
Yeah.
is crazy. And it was really high COVID times.
Yep.
And they like missed some of our wedding stuff because they had to do the vaccine, or no, not vaccine
They had
card,
to-
but they had to do COVID tests.
Yeah, they had to do COVID tests 24 hours before entering and exiting.
You know how much of
the
a
border.
pain that would be? That'd be so hard to get done because so many other people are trying to get it done at the same time.
Yeah. It's
Luckily, we
nuts.
weren't. I remember we thought we were going to have to do that for our honeymoon, but we didn't actually have to do it. Anyways, one of the last things I want to touch on.
Goodness
I'm so
gracious.
sorry.
Hallie. Where are your manners, huh?
Are you checking to make sure it's still recording?
Yeah, just making sure it's at 14%, guys. So
okay.
we don't have
Okay, we'll
much
be quick.
time.
Well, one of the things I wanted to talk about was just when we get to see your family members, the different kinds of greetings that we have. I want to talk about that a little bit because there are different levels of respect associated with some of them. So, Suketu, take it away.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Kemcho.
Oh,
Krishna.
yeah, Hallie. Okay, so something we're starting to do with Hallie is teaching her some Gujarati.
Check out us
okay?
TikToks.
You gotta look at TikTok. I'm the worst teacher in the world, but Hallie's getting really good at it. Just understanding, to say Jesse Krishna.
Very
or,
basic things. Let's not give me too much
Gemcho.
credit.
A lot of people say how do you say something back? Like if somebody says Gamcho, like what would you say back? You say Majama. I don't think I ever taught you that, but I did teach her that, right?
I knew that, but yeah.
Majama, meaning I'm good. Everything's great. But learning those greetings, because for example, my grandparents, they understand English, but they can't speak it back. So they can.
We communicate.
They can communicate, but it's still like if Hallie understands some of the words in Gujarati, it's very helpful to get some context clues.
And let me just say, I'm getting smarter and I'm picking up on what you're saying. So don't think that you can pull one over on me.
I know.
And say just whatever you want, because I know for the most part what you're talking about. I can piece it together.
She listens to the words Gori, Dori, and Pori. They all rhyme, everybody.
Wow, yeah. Well, yeah, I've just noticed, one fun thing, or one thing I think is funny is the conversations that you have with your family, whatever, if you're speaking Gujarati. Yeah. I will randomly just remember a word sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'll just, I'll be doing I'll be opening the fridge and boom, a word pops into my head and I'll be like, Suketu, what does this mean? And he's like, how do you remember that? And I'm like, oh, I just remember from some of your conversations because one, I hear it over and over again. Yeah. And two, it's just, I wonder in my head what it is. So I just suddenly remember. I'm like, Suketu, what is this?
So yeah, 2 weeks ago or something, Hallie was like, Manani cover. And she's like, what does that mean? And I was like, it means I don't know. And she's like, oh, you say that a lot. Yep, I do.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, actually. Especially with you, because you speak a lot of broken Gujarati, you say a lot of American words, English words. It's easier for me to pick up on that sometimes.
Because I'm...
And then because I try and listen really hard, which I'm a great listener, let me say. But if you're talking to your mom, I'm listening, I'm focused in, dialed in, I'm listening, because I'm trying to figure out what you're saying, because I want to be able to know. And there were a few times, even over this trip, that I was doing that, and people would be so impressed.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It just makes me feel so good. Like somebody will say something, they'll be like, Hallie, do you know what they said? And I say, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, what? How?
Yeah, Hallie's getting really good with context clues. And I wonder if it works for everyone else who's in interracial relationships to see if they can start picking up on these clues, or if somebody needs to teach them. For example, Spanish, I know that a lot of people learn Spanish in America, but it's still difficult to understand when people are speaking it really quickly.
Yeah.
I think that's the hardest part, is how quick do you
guys go quick?
Speak it versus not. So Spanish, there's also French, Italian, people who
French
are
in Canada,
speaking these languages. Hallie knows a little bit of German, so she can understand some things here and there.
Yeah.
In German, but I think that would be super interesting to see if everybody else kind of struggles, or if they are starting to learn a little bit, and also understanding where to learn. That's the hardest part. How it's hard to learn different languages in a different language. The best way to learn languages is in English, because there are places that you can learn a different language in English.
Well, for me, I was trying to do Hindi, which I know you don't speak.
I cannot do that.
So I don't know why. I mean, that was the closest thing, because Gujarati's, I couldn't find that anywhere. I was really struggling, unless I wanted to pay
It's not on Duolingo, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, this is lame, but whatever. And so I was looking into it, and I actually started a course, and of course, the letters are not anything that I can understand.
Yeah, that's the issue.
That is the issue.
When the letters are in Gujarati, we don't want to learn to read and write Gujarati. We just
because this guy doesn't even know how to read and write in it. So why should I know how to do it?
I wasn't put in a Gujarati class ever. I just know the words. I just from living at home.
Yeah. Well, and I think the best way to pick up on that kind of thing is conversation based.
Yeah. For sure.
That's the way I learned the most German, is we have conversations in German. And the same way, like when we were in India, being around that for 2 weeks, you start to pick up on some things.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just, it's frustrating that it's hard to find a specific dialect of a language that you want to learn that's just tough to learn, and it's not. Is your dad calling?
Yeah, he is. I'll call him back in a second.
We should have your parents on the podcast.
We should. I wonder what they'd say.
I don't know.
My dad would be like, huh? Who?
You guys would see where Suketu gets his listening from.
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen. He'd probably get up and go to the bathroom for a few minutes and then come back later.
Oh my gosh. Okay, side note. They didn't drive with us. Your parents drove with your sister.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about it because I did the same thing.
Well, you and your dad are so similar in so many ways. It's scary. But your dad had to stop to pee every hour, let's say. We stopped at a Taco Bell.
So did I.
He peed 2 times when we were at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
When he got there, when we left.
We should get this checked out because I feel like I go to the bathroom way too much.
You got to train your bladder. I was telling you this and you don't believe me. You got to train your bladder to hold it. You don't, as soon as you feel like an ounce of pee, you can't just go.
Yeah. It's crazy how much time could be cut if we just didn't stop on a road trip.
Yeah, but I mean, you also have to pee if you have too much. So it's like a fine line. Anyways, I really just want to talk about the different kinds of vacation, what we've experienced, a little update on our lives. I think this was a good episode.
Yeah, it was good.
I enjoyed talking about everything. What do you think?
Yeah, I had a great time. I promise we'll do this weekly.
We're going to be a lot more consistent.
We will do it weekly.
We just didn't expect to be traveling like this. It honestly kind of got sprung on us a little bit.
And so we'll figure it out. And I hope you guys stick with us a little longer.
Just be patient, please.
And we want to get as many different topics as possible. I have taken a break from YouTube. I don't know if you've seen part 2 of our Florida trip never came out because I'm trying to switch it up a little bit and figure it out. And so that is coming, okay? I'm going to completely shift the way I make my videos to make it more aligned to what we do in the podcast. Talk about interracial relationships, understanding our differences and how we can play with them and
how we can play with our differences.
How we can not play with them. You know what I mean? How we can use them to our advantage. Yeah. And
help you guys out in a way as well.
Yeah.
So be patient with us. More stuff coming soon. We thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, please like and subscribe and do all the things.
Please.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Woo.